already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
132 fighter. Slam.
On third down, Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
12. Hey, Delta!
Rivers now from the 50. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got room. Touchdown, Cowboys! DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Throwing now is Murray. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Keep it skinny. Check General West. Hey, 79. 79.
Now Elliott. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. White.
To throw again. Rivers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A first down there on a pickup at 25.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Flushed out right, and this is going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Joker. Check. Crunch. Greystone, travel. Alert flare.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. This is Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. They come out here in the eye. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Phillip Rivers, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point up and through, and the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 15 now. Murray. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Undercut.
Hey, alert 3, alert 6. Move, half. Mike 57. Watch the screen.
Murray with a third and long. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Johnson running right. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at third and 10.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a first and 10.
Get 180! Green 80!
That's trash. That's trash.
Run 80!
Check 13.
Shine 5-4. Topper! Wait, 89!
A first down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a second and 13.
Mike.
Got 190. 180!
Ready? Watch tight end.
Red Delta! Red!
Now Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. That was Patrick Peterson from his cornerback spot whirling in for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Check safety.
Buffalo one. Outside!
Third and long for Rivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
Keep it skinny. He's hot.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Hey, Delta! Pilot, 64.
Second and 6. Don't be scared. Quick dad.
Red!
Check 50.
They go play action. Rivers looking for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and 6. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready, round 80. Left.
That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long
Elliott running right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Hey, Delta!
We got double up. 80 weapon. 25, check 25.
Cluster.
6 guys.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Now Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The extra point up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They find some open field here. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Check. 57. Mike, 57. You can't block me. You can't.
Murray now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's airing it out for Will. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. DK Metcalf. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
He's got a first down and more past the 30. And a cut to the sideline. There he goes, right side. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Now Murray again. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Here's Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
No problem there on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start by running the option to the right, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Set, green 80, black 15, 12.
Watch twist. He's coming. Double up.
On first down, Elliott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, Brown 80. Brown. Hey, Delta.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 26. Bang.
White, 85.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Able to power through. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point safely through, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Slam, slam. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Check, go.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Nick Perry racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Murray, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Murray now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Load it. Load it.
Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Here we go.
Mike, you. White, get on.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Rocket. 12.
Switch.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we don't like the
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Q.
check 15.
They'll run with Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. A big run there by Johnson. 41 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says go for it. You actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. Oh.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check 49. Check 49.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
62, Cardinals 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. And some room to maneuver. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Logan. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Murray, the quick slant caught. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Throwing here, Rivers. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking for the tight end Lance Kendricks there. And it'll bring up third down. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Run 80.
Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. They come out here in the I. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Switch it.
Keep it skinny.
SOS.
That's caught at the 3. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. A try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
69, Cardinals 12.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.